is TV18 and you're watching CNBC TV18.
An initiative by Cisco.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shruti Mishra. Welcome to Digitizing India Awards, a Cisco initiative in collaboration with CNBC TV18. Tonight, we'll honor individuals, businesses, and institutions that are scripting exemplary stories of transformation in their respective domains by harnessing the power of digital technologies. So digital transformation truly is the name of the game, and may I request CNBC TV18's managing editor Shireen Bhan to come up on stage and take the conversation on digital transformation forward with a power-packed panel that we have lined up for you. Now joining us on the panel are Akhilesh Mishra, Director mygov.in, Hari Prasad Vimaru, Member E-Governance Council, Andhra Pradesh, Nikhil Pava, Founder Medianama.com, Neil Ratan, Regional Managing Partner, North and Government Leader, PwC, and R. Chandrasekhar, President, NASSCOM. And also joining us is Dinesh Malkani, President, India and SARC Cisco. A huge round of applause for all the panelists.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very, very much for joining us here. The objective, essentially, of Digital India is to provide access, information to services by harnessing digital technologies. And we were trying to see what governments in India are doing, various state governments are doing, what industry is doing, and what also the social sector and other constituencies of bodies that are associated with the government are doing to try and harness digital technologies to present opportunities to you and me. So to take this conversation forward, Dinesh, let me start by asking you, since we've been joint partners in this exercise and this effort, and I know that Cisco has been working in partnership with a lot of state governments, how much has truly changed on the ground?
You know, digitization of the country started with a very fantastic vision that was laid out. And probably over the last few years, I've never seen anything progress as much as we are seeing around the digitization. I think across the board, people have realized you don't digitize, you're going to get disrupted.
Yeah.
The realization is there, the journey has begun. It's like a marathon. And people are taking the right strides in the right direction, though, Shri.
Okay, so it's like a marathon and we've moved in the right direction. Mr. Chandrasekhar, let me ask you, as you see the objectives that we have as far as the Digital India program are concerned, sir, what do you think is imperative at this point in time, both from a policy perspective as well as what industry can do with government?
So I think the whole idea of Digital India is something which is really exciting, something which has really energized the sector and which holds a huge amount of potential. And we've also seen, as Dinesh was just mentioning, a lot of competition among states to really get ahead and to actually demonstrate on the ground.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the brightest spot. There are a bunch of things which need to be also done in areas like infrastructure, in areas like policy, and so on, which perhaps can also help to further speed it up.
Nikhil Pava, let me ask you, as you look at the imperatives today, what do you think is required both from a policy perspective and from a regulatory perspective?
Shireen, I think the opportunity for us in this country is to have 1 billion creators. And it's important to see every user as someone who's going to create something. So we are seeing challenges around policy, for example, with the sharing economy, where if every car can become a taxi, if every home can become a hotel, right? These are changes which are putting stresses and challenges on existing regulatory policies.
Yeah. So the regulation is not keeping pace with innovation, but that's not just an Indian problem, it's a global problem.
That's a global problem, and I think we will also have to adapt. I think we're adapting fairly quickly, though not quickly enough. But any policy that gets made has to look at creating creators, in a sense, giving people the freedom to build, because startups are the ones who are actually changing the rules of the game, who are building new businesses, who are getting incredible amount of funding. And I think even traditional businesses are changing. You're seeing digitization of value chains taking place, with businesses becoming more efficient. Those efficiencies which digitization brings in will essentially make businesses more profitable, shareholders more money, consumers will get goods cheaper.
On my left, everyone believes that we're moving in the right direction. Mr. Vemuru, let me ask you, sir, as far as the efforts to try and connect citizens to technology, the opportunities to that the government is looking to create for the state of Andhra Pradesh, and I know Mr. Naidu has been on this mission of creating digital highways. Where do things currently stand within the state, and what more can we expect going forward?
Today, Andhra Pradesh has taken the first step of Digital India. See, if you take Digital India, the first one is broadband highways. And the vision of our Chief Minister is to connect every home with at least 15 Mbps to 20 Mbps. It is not video over internet, it is internet over video, and he mixed the TV, the internet, and the telephone. So the moment the TV is mixed into this, is another word what he said is the internet cable, what we are actually sending it to every home, the fiber to the home, will be maintained and sustained by the housewives of this country. They will see that the connection is not cut, and they will see that they get the internet forever.
Akhilesh, let me ask you, because the purpose of Digital India really is to ensure that citizens feel empowered. It's also the premise of creating a much more participative democracy, and you're hoping to do that through MyGov. Share with us the experiences over the past 2 years, and how do you see this rolling out going forward?
So MyGov was launched 2 years ago. In fact, this month we'll celebrate our 2nd year anniversary. And to just give you some examples, you mentioned net neutrality, Nikhil is here. It was one of the biggest successes in terms of citizen participation. About 70,000 people gave their views. Eventually, the government took the same stance as was the consensus view on MyGov.
Yeah.
Second, so that is one way citizens can participate. How can the tiers of government can participate also using MyGov? So the national education policy, so the government said that we must not only consult citizens, but we must go to the Gram Panchayat level.
Okay.
And ask the Gram Panchayats across the country, Gram Panchayat, Block Panchayat, Jila Panchayat, urban local bodies, state governments, and then the central government. Everybody in this hierarchical way should have a say on what should be the new education policy, which is coming after 30 years from the previous policy. So that's one end of the story, which is consulting citizens. The other story which I said is reporting back to the citizens. So a website has been launched. There you can find in real time updates on flagship programs of the government. So for example, how many people have been given Mudra loans? You can find it in real time at that point of time.
Okay.
How many villages have been electrified? how many people have enrolled for the Jan Suraksha schemes of the government. So on both these ends, the
So
government
are
is
you
saying,
aggregating all the stuff that, because each ministry is putting it out, Mr. Goyal has his app on how many LEDs have been installed and so on and so forth. So is MyGov now actually acting as an aggregator and pulling in
yes,
information?
so in one snapshot, you will get the aggregated view of all the flagship schemes. You want a detailed view, you go to that particular site, you can get directed to that particular site. But in one view, you will get information of what the government is doing in real time, as of now, as of tomorrow morning, and so on.
Neil, let me ask you, because every day we see new reports on what the digital economy is going to mean for India, how much it's going to add to the GDP, what kind of opportunities it's going to throw up, and so on and so forth. Put all of that perspective for us in a snapshot here this evening.
Thanks, Shireen. I think if you just look at some simple statistics, we've just got about 11-12% of our population which is covered on social, really. It's about 16-17% of our population on the internet, yet we do 9% of the global apps download. If that number starts to grow, what it does, not just to the national digital initiatives, but what it does to the global initiatives, I think that's where the potential lies. Now, in terms of what I'm seeing corporates do, is they are no longer debating whether to do digital or not.
Oh, it's not an option any longer. Yeah.
It is a question of how long will I survive if I don't go digital.
Yeah. Okay, sure. So this is the beauty of being part of a digital economy where we can connect with Mr. Naidu sitting in Vijayawada. Mr. Naidu, thank you very much, sir, for joining us here at the Cisco CNBC TV18 Digitizing India Awards. Take us through where things currently stand, sir, and what we can expect now on the road ahead as you try and digitize Andhra Pradesh.
Fourth industrial revolution is going on. In fourth industrial revolution, technology and IoT, Internet of Things. This is the order of the day. Under Digital India, without connectivity, we cannot achieve what we want to achieve. For that, we want to go underground cable. It is costing nearly 5,000 crores. We projected to the government of India, and also they are considering. Meanwhile, I got an idea. Through electrical pole, if we take one fiber to the last mile, to every home, then this Digital India will be an easy task. With 149 rupees, I can give every home 100 channels and also internet, video, 3 telephones, all put together 15 Mbps. Second one, I am thinking, as on today, all pensions we are giving biometrics, through biometrics, e-pass we have introduced, even real time, some of the issues we are handling real time. That means rainfall, groundwater, this type of activities, real time automation we have achieved today. We want to go everything online within 1 year time. Some of the departments as on today stand alone. I want to integrate everything. This is where we are. I am very clear, future is technology.
Mr. Naidu, thank you very much for joining us here for the CNBC TV18 Cisco Digitizing India Awards. Something has changed in India when the government starts talking about platforms and hashtags, and we hope that, as Dinesh pointed out, we can all run this marathon together. Thank you very much for joining us here this evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
We have with us a few individuals tonight who have contributed to India's digital destiny in their own small but significant ways. I would now like to invite on stage CNBC TV18 Sumit Lakhotia to introduce them and conduct this chat.
Thanks for that, Shruti. I'd first like to call upon stage 2 young innovators who are coding their way to India's digital dream at an age when their peers are, I guess, busy discussing Sultan or India's tour of the West Indies. There's a rather small or young twist to these entrepreneurs and innovators. All right, first take a look and then I'll call them up on stage.
Incorporated in 2012, a dad-funded venture, 11 apps already in the market, and a self-created virtual reality device, Go VR. Their target? A presence in 50% of the world's smartphones in the next few years. Two audacious entrepreneurs, 14-year-old Sanjay Kumaran and 15-year-old Shravan Kumaran, India's youngest identified mobile application programmers.
Give it up for India's youngest app developers and owners of Chennai-based Go Dimensions, Sanjay and Shravan Kumaran. Okay, the first thing that I want to know is what happened? Why did you start programming at such a young age when you should have, I don't know, been playing PS2, PS3 or been out playing cricket or something? What happened?
The thing is, we both were really passionate about computers and we had this deep love and feel for computers. Like, just like how we fall in love with girls, we fell in love with the computer. So that's how it was for us. So it was not just any other, like, it's not like a work for us, it was like a hobby.
So, you know, Sanjay, I've heard you guys, I read earlier about you guys calling your company as a dad-funded company. It isn't a VC-funded company, and your dad, I think both your parents are here in the audience. How is that? Is he really open with the money when you guys want to buy new gadgets to try stuff? How's he like that?
When developing applications, like we need like plethora of devices to test them on. So each time we'd need a new device, we'd like go to our dad and then we'd like pitch the idea to him, like telling why we need it.
So full-on business plan and everything.
Yeah.
All right.
So we need to like show him what we're going to do with it and like convince him that we really need the device, and then he's like, okay, I'll buy it. And sometimes he's even said no. Hopefully the one good part about it is we don't have to pay any interest. So hopefully.
Interest-free loans, every entrepreneur's dream come true. All right. Let's talk about this latest thing of yours, which is the Go VR. So it's a virtual reality set. I understand that, but there's a lot of talk about virtual reality nowadays, and the big boys in the industry are also coming up with virtual reality sets. So how is yours going to be different?
So this was about 1.5 years ago. There was no company like any of the big boys had made any of the VR devices. There was only like one company that was specifically doing the VR devices and was working with it. And me and my brother were very, very fascinated and like wonderstruck looking at the product. And we ourselves wanted to own one. And looking at the price tag, we couldn't possibly buy it. So me and my brother at that time had taken up this challenge to make a virtual reality device, which is super cheap.
What's the price now? I mean, where can I go get it?
So you can buy it for around 750 rupees.
750 rupees.
The thing is, we have not manufactured it yet because the thing is, it's different from developing a software. Software, you just develop it and put it on the store and then anyone can download it. But a hardware, you have to go manufacture it and we have to market it and stuff like that. The minute you ask someone for money, they'd be like having second thoughts.
You know, ideas, I mean, that's the thought behind conclaves like these, series like this, that let's push for this digitization of India, and you guys are playing a really important role. So, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Sanjay and Shravan. But before I let you go, we want to felicitate you guys. So, I would just like to invite up on stage again Mr. Dinesh Malkani and P. Raghunatha Reddy, Minister of INPR and IT at Andhra Pradesh. Let's move on. Now, next, I'll be talking to a gentleman. Well, you know, 2 years ago, he would have needed an introduction. His introduction, in fact, was given to the world by a man, well, none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Wembley Stadium in London as the superstar of digitizing India.
राजस्थान में अलवर करके एक जगह है. अलवर में इमरान खान नाम का एक व्यक्ति है. ये इमरान खान शिक्षा के लिए समर्पित व्यक्ति है. अलवर जैसे छोटे स्थान का इमरान खान, उसने मोबाइल फोन की 50 ऐप्स बनाई और वो भी विद्यार्थियों को काम आए ऐसी शिक्षा के संबंधी उसने ऐप बनाई. और बनाई इतना नहीं, अलवर के इमरान खान ने खुद ने बनाई हुई शिक्षा में स्टूडेंट को काम आने वाली ये 50 ऐप उसने विद्यार्थियों के नाम मुफ्त में समर्पित कर दी। मेरा हिंदुस्तान वो अलवर के इमरान खान में मेरा हिंदुस्तान है।
Please keep that applause going for teacher and social innovator from Alwar, Rajasthan, Imran Khan. नमस्ते इमरान जी।
नमस्ते।
शायद 2012 में आपका ये सफ़र शुरू हुआ, जो मोबाइल ऐप डेवलपमेंट करने का जो सफ़र था। आज हम 2016 में हैं। 4 साल में कैसा सफ़र रहा, क्या थोड़ी कठिनाइयाँ हुई, और अब मतलब क्या क्या जो बोलते हैं सक्सेसेस, हाई पॉइंट्स, बेस्ट मोमेंट्स क्या थे?
सफ़र तो शानदार रहा, थोड़े कम सोए, थोड़ा कम खाया लेकिन काम करते रहे। और 2012 में मेरा पहला ऐप आया था, NCERT लर्न साइंस, क्लास 9th के लिए था। और उसके बाद मैं कंटिन्यूस काम करता रहा। आज मेरे 60 ऐप्स हैं, मोर देन 50 लाख इंस्टॉल्स उनके हो चुके हैं। सबसे खास बात यह है कि मेरे ऐप्स ज़्यादातर हिंदी में हैं, कुछ ऐप्स संस्कृत के लिए भी बनाए हैं। और जो उनके यूजर्स हैं वो गांव के बच्चे हैं, उनके लिए वो संसाधन नहीं है अभी भी जो उनके पास होने चाहिए आगे बढ़ने के लिए, कुछ कर दिखाने के लिए। इस लक्ष्य को लेकर मैं काम कर रहा हूँ। और
क्या वही बच्चे आपकी प्रेरणा रहे हैं? उन्हें ही एजुकेट करना, उन्हें सफलता दिलाना?
एक शिक्षक के रूप में मुझे लगता है कि जो भी टैलेंटेड है उसको आगे बढ़ना ही चाहिए। यदि वो नहीं बढ़ेगा तो ओवरऑल देश का ही उसमें नुकसान होगा।
जब ऐप्स पहले डेवलप किए थे आपने, तो फिर ये कैसे आइडिया आई आपको कि चलिए गवर्नमेंट को ये सौंप देते हैं?
नहीं, ऐसा कोई आइडिया नहीं था। मैंने तो ऐप्स बनाकर फ्री में ऐप स्टोर पे डाल ही दिए थे। पर एक मीटिंग में माननीय मानव संसाधन मंत्री पूर्व जो थी स्मृति जुबिन ईरानी मैडम ने मेरे ऐप्स देखे और उनको बहुत पसंद आए। तो उन्होंने मुझसे कहा कि आप इनको देश के लिए समर्पित कर दीजिए। मैडम पहले ही समर्पित हैं, इनको 30 लाख बच्चे यूज कर रहे हैं, तो वो फिर समर्पित हो गए।
तो एक आखिरी सवाल, आज गवर्नमेंट से भी काफ़ी लोग हैं, क्या मैसेज आप उन्हें और इंडस्ट्री, बिजनेसेस और आम जनता को देना चाहेंगे इस बारे में?
तकनीक के माध्यम से अगर हम समाज को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए कुछ कर सकते हैं तो उस दिशा में हमें ज़रूर काम करना चाहिए। और भारत जैसे देश में जहाँ बहुत बड़ी जनसंख्या निवास करती है और बहुत सारी समस्याएं हैं, उनको अगर हम तकनीक के माध्यम से सोल्व करते हैं तो इससे बढ़िया कोई बात हो नहीं सकती।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका यहाँ आकर हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए। और मैं चाहूँगा कि आप 2 मिनट और रुकिए। We'd like to felicitate him, so I'd like to invite back on stage Mr. Dinesh Malkani along with Mr. R. Chandrasekhar, President NASSCOM. Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, sir, can I request you to also join us on stage to felicitate Imran Khan?
India is well on its way to become one of the most digitized countries in the world. We are making and taking strides in the right directions. And you know, we started a few years ago and we said that digitization will touch every human being in this country. I think it is more than just touching. It is the way in which we are living, we are working, we are playing, we are learning. Digitization is starting to have a significant impact. At Kumbh Mela, 70 million people went to the Mela. And as you know, when 70 million people are there, it can be a real challenge keeping everybody together and safe. They deployed technology from cameras on surveillance to startups actually coming up with applications for smart parking, which was very impressive, to healthcare providers that provided healthcare to people at 1 rupee per consultation. But these are the kind of amazing things you will find and stories you will find around digitization. Last week, I visited Parikrama in Bangalore and I saw the children there. 4 schools connected over video technology doing a spelling bee program. The kids were competing, each school against the other. They were learning every minute. I could see the smile on their faces. At Anta, which is a district about 300 kilometers from Jaipur, I had the honor of delivering sort of a lecture to an ITI over video from Bangalore along with the Chief Minister. Really fantastic for the education sector in this country. In the area of agriculture, where we recently showcased, along with a startup in India, applications where people can measure the pH value of soil online. It used to take them 1 month. Where there is land irrigation problem, you can automate the way that pumps give out water. You can measure the moisture level of soil. But these are real things that I think will impact will impact real people, real lives, businesses, governments, and cities. And I think it is all starting to happen in India. I want to thank the government, because clearly you're the one that defined the vision. You're the one that took the lead. And in this case, I think the government was far ahead of the private sector. They showcased in the beginning a great vision, got the people rallied around the vision, put in certain policies in place to accelerate that vision, and at the end of the day, today, everybody is participating. And I'm very sure that when India becomes, and it's well on a journey, when it becomes the most digitized country in the world, we will all feel very proud about it. So ladies and gentlemen, today let us celebrate and recognize the people that put in the hard yards to make digitization a reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the chief guest for the evening, Union Minister INB, Urban Development, Housing and Poverty Alleviation, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. May I request Mr. Naidu to please come up on stage and deliver the keynote address.
Digitization is the need of the hour. Innovation is what is happening. And then the future is for India. The entire world is looking towards India today. Because as I told you that we have inherent knowledge and understanding, and also that innovative, incredible minds in our countries, there is no dearth of it. I don't want to give a lecture to you about all the great people who are all born in this country, and now even in many parts of the world also you see a lot of Indians. You go to America, go to the Silicon Valley, all the IT professionals, half of them will be from India. IT is an important segment now in public life, which is making our duty simple and also easier also, so that we can become mighty. So IT duty will make you mighty. That's what is happening in the country also. The Prime Minister wants to really transform the nation. What is the way forward for the transformation? The way forward is utilizing the young talent available in the country and also the demographic dividend that is available to you, fortunately. Utilize it. And then come with the new innovations, new ideas, and digitization will reduce delay, reduce corruption, and then give scope for speedy implementation of government programs. So all your programs, digitization, all also depends on the sincerity and commitment of the leadership at the top. I'm happy today fortunately we have a good leader who is leading the nation, and world is looking towards India. So we should all join Modi. Not Modi means Narendra Modi. Modi means making of developed India. That is MODI. That should be our slogan. Thank you very much.
Sir, would request you to kindly stay on stage. Would like to now invite Shireen Bhan for a quick chat.
Mr. Naidu, thank you very much. And I have to say, both the Prime Minister and you share this love for acronyms, sir, and you gave us a very interesting one here this evening at the end of your speech. Let me start by asking you about the Smart City program, sir. Give us a status check, sir, of where the Smart City mission stands today.
In the first instance, 20 cities have been selected through a competition, and then in a later stage, another 13 are added through a second round of competition, because certain areas, certain regions could not qualify in the first round. Now 33 cities are ready. Their SPUs are formed. Money has been released, and they also hired consultants and they have prepared blueprints. Now the DPRs are also getting ready, and some of them started their work on this on last month 25th, where the PM has launched this program from Pune. It's now catching up. But one must understand the smart cities cannot be made overnight. But somehow the competitive spirit has started, and everybody wants to become smart. Smart city. When I come from Rajya Sabha to Lok Sabha to lobby or anybody, whoever meets me, they say, Venkaiah ji, please, one. What is I said? One smart city, sir. Smart city is not in my pocket.
Who's showing the most aggression, sir, of the 33 cities so far? Which leader is showing the most aggression in getting everything up and running?
My point is, whoever performs better at the end of the day, delivery. Showing interest is one thing, but doing is other thing.
What do you see as the big challenges, sir? Because as you said, greenfield cities are perhaps easier to smarten up as opposed to existing cities that you now want to make or upgrade to smart cities. What do you see as the big challenges?
Challenge is change of mindset. Because all these days, we politicians, we made it the people to think on these lines, sab kaam sarkar karega, hum bekar baithe to chalega. That mindset has to change. It is changing.
Mr. Naidu, it's an absolute pleasure, sir. Thank you very, very much for joining us here. Appreciate your candor. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
I would also like to invite back on stage Dinesh Malkhani to hand out some special awards. We would first like to felicitate the Andhra Pradesh government for the digital transformation of the state. To receive this special honor, may I request Dr. P. Raghunath Reddy, Minister of INPR and IT, Government of Andhra Pradesh, to join us. And would also like to invite P.S. Pradyumna, Secretary Communications and IT, and also Secretary to the CM, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Moving on, the next special recognition is for digital innovations driving social impact, and the recipient is Parikrama Humanity Foundation. I would like to invite school toppers Amruteshwar and Pavitra to come on stage, please. Our next felicitation, ladies and gentlemen, is for an organization that has been a digital pioneer in its field. They have implemented a project titled ICT-Based Resource Center, funded by the Department of Electronics and Information Technology. The project is providing ICT training and providing training in health awareness through mobile devices to the minority females of Lallapura cluster in Varanasi, and have impacted the lives of over 1,400 women in the area. We'd like to felicitate Digital Pioneer Sai Institute of Rural Development. All right, our special final felicitation is for digital innovation in telecom, and I'd like to invite the Managing Director, Sales Global Service Provider at Cisco, Sanjay Kaul, to join us on stage to hand over. Now, this felicitation recipient is a crowd favorite for their multiple innovations like HT Transfer Box, DTH karaoke services, and interactive offerings like Tata Class Edge and Active Fitness. Truly, isko laga dala to life jingalala. The special recognition for digital innovation in telecom goes to Tata Sky.
More than 400 entries from across the country poured in. The process partner of Digitizing India Awards, EY, then delved into each entry with an objective, in-depth evaluation to make the process watertight.
When we were looking at the finalists, we had to look at innovation very closely. We look at sustainability. We look also at impact. Are you reaching out to people who have not been covered by digital technologies?
We were trying to avoid people who were kind of copying technologies or business models that have been in prevalence in the West. We wanted to give prominence to which is original thinking.
I think the qualities we were looking at clearly was, were they able to think out of the box? Impact on lives, looking at rural areas was also, I would say, a key area that we looked at.
The most deserving nominees then made it to the final jury round, where they were assessed by a renowned panel of independent jurors.
Digitization provides a great opportunity for India to leapfrog. We don't have legacy systems, and digitization is not just about technology. It's how is it really getting embedded in the business.
It was an awesome experience being a part of the jury by CNBC TV18 Cisco Digitizing Awards.
We do have a tremendous technology base in our country, and I'm very happy to see that it's being leveraged the right way now.
Innovation, activity, and scalability were the key parameters to select the winners in each category. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute the creme de la creme of digital prowess, the innovators, the heroes, and the flag bearers of Digitizing India at the Digitizing India Awards.
It's now time to honor the very best of digital innovation in the country. Here's a look at the nominees in our first category, Smart Campuses in Education.
In the category Smart Campuses in the Education Sector, the nominations are Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, Mahesh Tutorials, MT Educare, Manipal University, Jaipur, MyPad, NIIT. And the winner is Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation.
Let's take a look at our second category at the Digitizing India Awards.
In the category Digital Innovations in the SMB Sector. And the winner is Avenues.
Here's a look at the nominees in the category Digital Innovation in Citizen Services, E-Governance.
In the category Digital Innovation in Citizen Services, E-Governance, the nominations are Centre for E-Governance, Government of Karnataka, IL&FS Technologies Limited, Ministry of Urban Development, National E-Governance Division, NEGD, Uttar Pradesh Health System Strengthening Project, Wipro, Assam Project. And the winner is Wipro Assam Project.
Here's a look at the nominees in our next category this evening, Digital Innovation and Service Provider Industry, Telecommunications.
In the category Digital Innovation in Service Provider Industry, Telecommunications, the nominations are Bharti Airtel, Kelton Tech Solutions, Maximus Infoware, Videocon D2H. And the winner is Kelton Tech Solutions.
Here's a look at the nominees in the category Digital Innovation in Service Provider Industry, Other Service Providers.
In the category Digital Innovation in Service Provider Industry, Others, the nominations are Linkwell Telesystems, Telematics 4U Services, Persistent Systems. And the winner is Persistent Systems.
Moving on, our next sector is a hotbed for digital innovations. Here's a look at the nominees for the category Digital Innovations in E-Commerce and Startups.
In the category Digital Innovations in E-Commerce and Startups, the nominations are Agatsa Software, Cleartrip, Paytm 197 Communications, Uber Technologies. winner is Uber Technologies.
Here's a look at the nominees for the category Innovations in the Financial Industry and Digital Banking.
In the category Innovations in the Financial Industry and Digital Banking, the nominations are HDFC Bank, ICICI Securities, IDBI Bank, the Federal Bank, Zerodha. And the winner is HDFC Bank.
All right, moving on. Our next category for the evening is for Digital Innovations in Manufacturing, and here's a look at the nominees.
In the category Digital Innovations in Manufacturing, the nominations are ACC, Luminous Power Technologies, Uflex Global Film Business, Winfinet Technologies. And the winner is Winfinet Technologies.
Mr. Naidu, thank you so much. I understand you need to go. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. We're down to our penultimate award for the evening. This award seeks to recognize workplaces that have adopted and radically changed the way they operate. Here's a look at the nominees in the category Digital Innovations in Enterprise.
In the category Digital Innovations in Enterprise, the nominations are Bajaj Electricals, KEC International RPG Group, KPIT Technologies, Wipro, Moza Bear India. And the winner is Moza Bear India.
I would now like to also invite on stage Mr. R. Chandrasekhar from NASSCOM to join us in giving out the awards. Ladies and gentlemen, for R. Chandrasekhar of NASSCOM. Our final category this evening is for Digital Innovations in Smart Cities. Here's a look at the nominees.
In the category Digital Innovations in Smart Cities, the nominations are City Corporation, Tech Mahindra, and the winner is Tech Mahindra.
Congratulations to all the winners of the Digitizing India Awards. I'd like to invite back on stage all our winners, our special recognitions, our jury members for a quick photo op.